Hey guys, me Misha. Everything I say is not financial advice, my personal opinion. I missed this one. I don't know if it was a good idea, but um, there was this is very powerful drop and then biggest volume of the entire drop. And then spring. So the thing is about this upthrust. The thing about this upthrust is that it's unvolumed and reaction bar, so and there's volume here again, so yeah, I think that was an entry. And now it's gone. DTM doesn't want to go my direction. Uh, there is a little something here. There is a little something here that gives us hope, but it's a break. And it's going to be forming a new transition extremum. That needs to come to the supporting bar level. That would be cool if it wiggles me out, especially with these volumes. Look, so this is a supporting bar, no doubt, and it's also jump over creek, which is good. However, like this volume is like way bigger. Yeah, magnetism test of this. I got over excited actually. Obviously, that would need a test. Oh, and by the way, also it was not good for a day trade. This is good for a day trade. So it was only good for a hour trade. Hmm. Yeah, because for a day it needs to be previous T1. Yeah. Um. This is no bueno. So the best I can do is to 8, 6. Um. And you can tell everybody. So yeah, I'm moving, like I'm breaking even on this. Um, to 8, 6, 7. 2, 8, 6, 7. Should be more for commission. Let me calculate right quick. No, it's about right. Okay, let me log it in. All of that needed a test. Uh, Trading active, moving limit order to break even at 76 since anti-correction should should have been counted from the previous T2 level, not current rookie mistake. Uh, yeah, silly. That's the proper one. Well, technically, that was a level, but it doesn't make any sense because those are like weekends. Yeah, this doesn't make any sense. This probably does. And by the way, it looks like today is also is Monday third the holiday? Yeah, but right. Oh yeah, it's a holiday. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, so this is not. It's comparable volume though. But yeah, on the daily time frame, this didn't make any sense. So this does make sense. And this level is really here. It broke and then went down. So maybe this level, I don't know. Because technically previous T2 is here, but practically it went so like much back. Yeah. So that's the level. GDM is there. Intel gives us a local extremum. Fjord. Huh. It's funny because it's up thrusts. It springs this level unvolumed and can go higher. This is gonna break, so let's be reasonable. That gave a test and now resumes. And resumes short. Why is it? You see how change of direction, first sign of change of direction is not a sentence yet. Look at this though. Wow. It confirms change of direction. And it's at 0.5. It's 0.5. Boeing company. Look well. Tries to get out of the ditch. Tries to get out of the ditch. Meta. What the heck? um, yeah, something like that. And it's now at the resistance level on year, resistance level on month. Need a close manipulation signal though. It's all counter trend. Counter trend. Does it counter or counter? I don't know. Counter trend. It's a volume, but it's counter trend. Counter pronunciation. Counter.
Counter.
Counter. Counter.
Counter.
Counter. Is it really counter? Counter. Not counter, not counter, counter. What the heck?
Counter.
Counter. Yeah, that's really how it sounds. Counter. Okay, so that's counter trend. um, Counter. Regardless whether it's counter or counter or counter, it needs to stop. Counter. Yeah. Okay, counter trend. That was steep though. That was like steep and scary. Oh my gosh. Um. Now that it's done, I hope you don't mind. Diageo is jumping from under this volume. Uber. Remember Diageo and how it went down when I'll come to UPS and I'll start mm, whining about how I didn't buy it. Remind me about Diageo. That was a smart decision to break even here. Why did I even? Oh, because at the time it was resistance level on the monthly, and still you'd have to have a close menu or right of this volume. You see, next time I'll decide to buy volume, catching falling knives. What's the opposite? Uh, Opposite amonym, amonym, amonym. F catching falling knives. Uh, there is no. What's the opposite expression of catching a falling knife? Meaning to jump in when stock is chasing, picking a winner, riding a rocket. Not quite what I'm looking for. I'm thinking what it means to press the button and commit to an instant when you don't know what the final result. Okay, rolling D2 is the rolling D20. What is rolling D20? The faces are equilateral triangle. The D2 is used anytime you want to know if an attempt is successful. Attack saving throw. After you roll D20 to see If you hit an enemy, you will roll other dice to see how much damage. Um, salute the rising sign. Oh, okay. Jumping in front of a train. That's a good one. Um, jumping in front of the train. Um, yeah, that could work. So that's like an attempt of jumping in front of a train, which is opposite to catching falling knives. Never do like me. Never did. You see? Yeah. And can go whatever he wants to go. Jumping in front of a train. I've learned something new right now. Good. Good. That now worked. That now worked. And it's now counter trend, and I think it's on its way to meet the year. Looks like. CBF. Well, technically it's good for counter trend, but that would be exactly like jumping in front of the train. And I think the test kills it all. Hmm. Jumping in front of the train, I love it. I love it. I have like two identical stocks. Just out of inquisitiveness, I'll keep both to see if it ever will offer me different result in technical analysis. Walmart counter trend up to 0.5. Need to change direction on daily first. Shell. That was uh, that was an entry probably. Is this kind of volume. Yeah, and volumed. Well, technically it's volume top thrust because there's a volume in the second bar, and it counts, even if it's smaller than the previous bars. But but hmm, Philip Morris is right there. And it is kind of continuation of the trend. It's hard even to tell where to put the. This volume is alright, but only up to the last approach, which was here. So it doesn't look like an exhaustion volume. So only if we took something on 5 minutes. And 5 minutes, of course, was um, jerky. It's balance. It's countertrend balance, so we should consider transition extremum. No coincidence of the levels and um, good volume, if you ask me. The good news is in a good place. It's a resistance on monthly, on year, but yeah, it looks like it's gonna break like in 2 months. We have 2 months left, almost like 10%. Yeah, fast. Well, of course, this too is. Oh, that's interesting. So this was October, and this was October, huh? So in 1 month, so really, the level is here. So fun. Um, now look at this volume. I kind of moved most of my watch list into, was able to push it into like daily watch. Now my daily watch is overloaded. Um, it's a balance in a place where it potentially can reverse. So that, of course, weighs in on anything that we might consider doing here. So, mm, it is technically a transitioning from on Procter and Gamble. I don't want to gamble. I just want a Procter. I hope Procter is a last name. Doesn't mean anything. Procter. Uh, Proctor, a person who monitors students during an examination. An officer, Proctor, usually one of two at certain universities appointed annually and having mainly disciplinary. Oh my gosh. No, I don't want to be Proctor. No Proctor, no Gamble. I guess that's a humorous name, or I don't know um, how it came to us. Let's count the trend, done volume, done volume. Just leave it alone. Now I have to be looking at it. It's in 0.5. So so high up there. The automatic data processing is just falling down. Um, this was cool from like this. And then a test. Not till completed test, but on monthly. Oh, we can't trade it on daily because there's no context on monthly. So it was only good for a swing or, yeah, and I tried. It didn't happen. Apple. It's like jumping ahead of a train, right? In front of a train. It's at resistance level on monthly. So let it go, Misha. It's not your huh, interesting. Interesting. It's gonna be good in continuation of the trend up to 0.5 in the resistance level of the year, which looks like it's gonna break. This up thrust is super weird. And still it's gonna be good in continuation of the trend. Um, after it closes today. This being the level of strength. I think there is no much harm in. It's interesting because in Russian, like running in front of the train means like to hurry too much. It doesn't mean that like train is gonna hit you. It means that like why are you running where you can just hop on the cart and take a train instead. Similar sounding, different meaning. Both kind of say don't do it, but so like in Russian idiom, I'm now running in front of the train because it hasn't closed in a break yet. I think it will, and statistically, I think I'm right. However, I'm kind of rushing. Rushing ahead of a train probably would be more um, proper way to say it. It's like similar values. So you normally just respect the later one. But yeah, I wonder what's the etymology of Russian, Rus, Ruski. Yeah, this break is so weak. And this like bar looks like it can close in correction in 2 months. Yeah, and it's no bueno. Unvolumed upthrust. Yeah, here's well, it's so far above the point 0.5. Um, yeah, something like super quick and short just didn't happen in 5 minutes. Boom. Hmm, that would need a test. Interesting. Ugh. Let me finish this list and I'm gonna go. It's in point 0.5, it's getting close. MDT. Like, look how nicely it goes because in point 0.5, it came to point 0.5 on volume top thrust. But that makes sense, like point 0.5 of correction. 2 years to get down there, and like it's a third year crumbling only into half of it. So even though technically it broke here, but yeah, this all that happened here makes sense. And that was an up thrust in point 0.5. That was a 1 bar roll though. That was a 1 bar roll. What can you do? But if they're after 1 bar roll, yeah. Otherwise, that would be perfect up thrust and 2R. Nice and clear. Yeah, this big one might not have been a good idea, but this within, and that's like almost inside candle bar. So maybe this was good idea and this was not such a good idea. But it's easy to say in hindsight, right? Everything is so clear in the hindsight. So obvious. Hmm. Interesting. Looks like, oh, and it's actually break on the rise. Um, Not you, but you belong to here. Yeah, that was a beautiful volume zone and it bounced to it, but we didn't have a break yet at the time. And we didn't have a daily trade anyway, daily setup. It goes down on AT&T. Yeah, with this volume, ooh, it's predominantly here. So if you go below it, ooh, that'd be a drop. Um, Unvolumed T1, strong approach. Um, Boom. Well, let's keep it on hourly watch and its continuation of the trend. It looks like it can close in a month, in 2 months in reversal. But technically right now it's like everything aligns. Bro. Bro goes down. That's a progressive corporation. SPI. Okay. Okay, guys. Train. I'm gonna go. Trade responsibly on your own. Never listen to anyone. No one knows anything.